And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Cheap Ludes in a new shirt. I had to change, man. I really did. Let's talk about the market in NBA 2K22. My team. Oh boy, the Origin packs are here, and we also got a new event. So first things first, let's tackle the Origin packs and the players that came out of them. I would advise not buying packs, period, because outside of the Invincibles and Hero cards, you can get every single one of these cards individually for under the cost of what would be 3 packs, right? Even Lonzo, I believe he might be a little more expensive, maybe 4 packs, but still, you're not going to pull anything anyway. The odds are, they say 6%, but I feel like they're pretty bad personally. As you can see, I mean, this is what you're going to get for $15,750. Is that what you want for that price? Probably not. I made 2,000 MT back. I lost 13,000 MT. I mean, obviously, if I had parted it out, I maybe got 4,000 MT. So I only lost like 11. Still pretty terrible. So, yeah, maybe just don't open these. I would advise against it, to be honest. I really would. Looking at the players, we got Jeremy Lin. I mean, you know, Jeremy Lin's Jeremy Lin this year. He's really, really cheap, which is cool. And he's fun. 6'3", 200. Damn, he's 200. It's kind of crazy. I figured he'd be a little skinnier than that. He's kind of a small guy, but it is what it is. Jump shot 40 on very quick is solid. I mean, the badge count is there. Good defensive badges, good shooting badges, good finishing badges, good playmaking badges. There's nothing wrong with Jeremy Lin, for sure. He's a good point guard. I mean, I was a big fan of his pink diamond. I ran him forever. You know what I mean? But that's more because I'm a Jeremy Lin guy personally. So, I don't know. I mean, he's a fun card that you can pick up for really cheap. It doesn't really move the needle on your team one way or the other, if I'm being completely honest. So maybe, like, if you want to make a huge improvement or a huge splash for your team, maybe Jeremy Lin's not the guy to do it. But he's a fun card to play with. So, you know. Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward has jump shot 28, the same releases like Derek White, Jalen Brunson, Del Curry, JJ Redick would be a notable person that you could, I don't know, I guess compare him to because they do have similar play styles. Gordon Hayward's good. He's 6'8", like he's a good budget guard, but it's just like we have so many of those that it's just really hard to say, yes, you should go pick up Gordon Hayward right now. You know what I mean? And notable issues, 85 driving dunk, but it really doesn't matter at this point. 88 ball handles fine, like whatever. He's not the greatest defender. This is like a all-around good card, but master of none thing. And it's like, at this stage in the year, every single card is good all around. So you need them to kind of master at least one aspect for them to really be usable. And I don't think Gordon Hayward particularly does that. He's not bad. He can play defense. Like I said, he can do everything. He's got good dribble moves, shifty dribble style with like Scottie Pippen behind the back, Giannis's crossover, like it's there, you know. But I wouldn't say he moves the needle on your squad either. I would still say using someone like Gerald Wallace or Eddie Jones would be preferable to him. Nicholas Batum. Batum is the dream for all budget players. He's typically one of the best budget players in the game, if not the best, usually when we receive him in 2K. So not much has changed here. I mean, he's good. He's got Lillard's behind the back, which I think is a bit underrated. Really solid, but that could also be from the fact that I love Oscar Robertson, so that's probably why I like it as much as I do. Jump shot 40 on very quick's fine. Once again, another card that really doesn't excel in anything in particular, but is very, very good all around. Like, the badge counts there, catch and shoot, corner specialist, hyperdrive, pickpocket. I mean, most cards are going to have, at bare minimum, like, the 4 or 5 Hoff badges that you want them to have. You know, clamps, catch and shoot, what's another one? Limitless spot up for the most part, and quick first step. Like, most cards are going to have those badges, especially if they play the guard or the wing, right? So you're really going to look at the intangibles. I mean, he has like every badge in the game except like drop stepper, rise up, and fade ace, which, like, whatever. And I mean, his dribble animations are fine. Like I said, Lillard's behind the back is I'm a big fan of that. Kobe escape, which every card has at this point. I mean, Nicholas Batum is not going to wow you, right? But he's another in a long line, at least recently, of very, very usable, very affordable big point guards. And he's good at what he does. Then we got Serge Ibaka. Serge Ibaka, by the way, all these opals are like 7,000 MT, right? I've had some people request that I actually break down exactly how cheap they are. And my recommendation, as always, would just be to search them on the auctions and just keep going lower and lower until you find the very cheapest one. And typically it's going to be around for opals, and say quick sell it, I believe, I think 5,000. Oh, they quick sell for 2,500 actually. But typically they've been kind of stopping at around 7K. But I think this set will actually kind of eclipse that. I think we're going to see some of these guys go for like 5K, even less, to be completely honest. So Serge Ibaka seems to be dropping at a heavy rate. Same with Jeremy Lin. So I think those two will be the cheapest of the bunch. We could even see them going as cheap as like 3,500, like pink diamond prices at this point, which is, it's worth it. For sure. Ibaka's very good. Like 6'10". I don't think he's quite big enough to play the center position, but he's so good defensively that he can kind of get away with it. But he's a very good power forward. Like, once again, I mean, this card's going to be an elite level defender. Think of him as just a much better pink diamond Chris Boucher. Like, that's kind of what I would say that he is. He's basically, yeah, much better pink diamond Chris Boucher. Like, he plays very competent defense. He's a good rebounder. He's going to be more of a 3-and-D kind of big man. And if that's what you're looking for, by all means. The jump shot is actually clean. Like, jump shot 26. Notable players that have him besides Serge Ibaka would be like DeBusschere, Shannon Brown, Kenny Walker. Yeah, I mean, not a lot of guys that anyone would really use, unless somebody was really high on Coutinho Mobley, which I don't believe is a real. So, I mean, he's good. He's good, and if you're looking for a budget big man, you can't really go wrong with Ibaka. Truly, he's like a top-tier option. Lonzo Ball. Now, Lonzo Ball, I'm going to go and look at his exact price here because I don't know what he's going for. I can tell you that DeMar DeRozan for sure is going for around 50K, but when it comes to Lonzo Ball, I don't know what he's going to go for. He's kind of a Sweat Lord player that Sweat Lords love, so it's kind of hard to really say exactly what he's going to settle on. I think he'll be more of the 70 to 80K kind of range. You know, that seems to be where he'll probably end up if he's not there already, which he is there already. And I mean, Lonzo's Lonzo. Like, Lonzo Ball release on very quick is very solid. Obviously, there's nothing really wrong with that. He's got great dribble moves. Like, Trae Young's behind the back. I think some people love it, some people hate it. It's just kind of weird. Kobe escape again because they just love that, which I'm not a big dribble god anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. Like, dribble moves, they don't matter as much to me besides the behind the back. I'm a very simple dribbler, you know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people who play the My Team game mode are also similar in that capacity because you don't really have to dribble unless you're playing on next gen. Like, that's really it. If you're playing on current gen, you can just kind of sprint to the basket and kick out for threes. It's like the corners drop like crazy. You don't really need to be a maestro in regards to the ball being in your hand. Lonzo's fire. Plays tight defense. He can get off threes. He can shoot, obviously. He can dunk. He's going to do everything well, and if you're interested in Lonzo, sure, then he's going to be perfect for you. And he's a good mid-sized point guard, too, where he doesn't have the complete slowness of, like, a bigger point guard, but he's also got a little size and a little heft, so he can guard the interior, too, at the same time. So, you know, it is what it is. He's good. Now let's check out Havlicek, because I actually don't know how much Havlicek is going to be. He's kind of another weird one, so I don't know. I've talked about it before. I talked about it in my pack opening. I'm actually upset that they changed his jump shot because I really, really like jump shot 17 this year, and I really, really liked it on Havlicek early in the year. He can't play point guard for some indiscernible reason, probably because 2K is going to try to sell us an invincible Havlicek at some point in the near future. That would be my assumption anyhow. I don't think that's too far-fetched for 2K. I mean, they're going to start giving invincible cards to everyone pretty shortly, especially all the NBA 75 guys. I think are going to get them. That's been my theory for a while. Wait for invincible Bill Sharman. Can't wait. But Havlicek's sick. You can get him right around 26, 25K, 27 at the absolute most, realistically. And I mean, he's good. They changed him to base 98, which, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of that change. Base 98 is fine. I just prefer jump shot 17. It was more of a unique release. And also, one of the easiest to green in the game, in my own opinion. Some people are going to say it's too slow. Those people are not correct. It's fine. The same people who would say that jump shot 17 is too slow and that's why it's better that Havlicek has base 98 are the same people that would probably be hyping up Kyle Korver. You know what I mean? Weird. Either way, I mean, he's got everything. He plays defense. He shoots threes. He can dunk, which is kind of hilarious when John Havlicek is cocking back tomahawk dunks. It's just not something that should be happening, but it does. He's got near perfect dribble sigs, and I mean, like, for 25K, he's definitely a top-tier shooting guard option. For sure, you could do a lot worse than running, like, Havlicek and then, like, Drazen off the bench or something if you're looking for, like, quick 3 hunts. Like, Havlicek's pretty fire, so... And I mean, it's John Havlicek, so it's kind of funny watching him hoop at the level that he does. And he's, by the way, a fantastic defender. He has been all year. And then we got D-Cuz. D-Cuz, depending on his price, which around 27K. I would say he's probably a top big man option at that price for sure. Powell was around that price, and I think Powell maybe a little bit better. I just like Powell this year. Decuz is really good, though. I mean, there's not really much to say about him. He's near invincible on his own. He's basically 90 and everything except like passing accuracy, which like whatever, you know. Set shot 8. Same release Hakeem used to have. Wait, is that the Hakeem release? Yeah, it is. It's the one with no, sorry. This is the Yao Ming release. Sorry. I mixed up my set shots. Crucify me, if you will. This is a Sabonis and Yao release, which I actually don't mind. Horrible off the dribble, if I'm being honest. Some people who have juiced up Sabonis's will tell you it's fire. I don't personally agree. I think it's very personal opinion. He's got near perfect dribble moves, though, and he does have like 93 speed with ball with 90 ball handle, so he's going to be a really, really good point center. And I mean, for this price, you're getting an elite level point center or point forward, depending where you want to play him. And it's a fraction of the cost of the other guys who do similar things to DeMarcus Cousins. So I think DeMarcus Cousins is a little bit, undervalued due to that fact. So DeMar DeRozan was about 50K about an hour ago, so he's probably less by now. He'll probably settle around the 30, 40K range if he doesn't go up, which I don't think he will this weekend anyhow. But if you get him for around 50K, it's still a really good deal. I mean, if he doesn't go down anymore, that's fine. DeMar is near identical to T-Mac in almost every single way. He's got the T-Mac size up, Pippen behind the back, Jordan crossover, like it's almost identical. Trey Burke on very quick with Kobe upper, like Kobe escape. DeMar DeRozan is T-Mac. If you want T-Mac, but you don't want to pay T-Mac prices, then pick up DeMar DeRozan. He's an inch shorter, but everything else, I promise, is the exact same. This is the same thing that happens every year in 2K, and people still kind of act shocked that DeMar DeRozan is good every single year. I don't understand why. I have a hollow DeMar DeRozan, which I'm both very proud of and also kind of disappointed that that's what I pulled for my Dark Matter, to be honest. I would have preferred to pull Lonzo because he's a bit more expensive, but it is what it is. Larry Nance, a top tier budget forward. Straight up, he is. Larry Nance is good. 6'10", 205. Like, he can move. He's got a huge player build. He blocks a lot of shots. Base 21 is the Kareem release, which, you know, I don't think it's top tier, but it's really, really solid. I don't think it's bad by any means. Quick dribble style, Scottie Pippen's behind the back. The badge count is really solid. He's lacking some shooting badges. That's kind of his one downfall, is he doesn't really have the greatest shooting badges. He's a lockdown defender. He can move. He can obviously boom. That's what Larry Nance is known for, but he is going to missing some shooting badges. Like, he doesn't have chef. He doesn't have Deadeye, clutch shooter, Circus 3's blinders, lucky number 7. So he's missing some badges. But, I mean, if you take the small amount of time and even just give him those badges at gold, you're looking at a very, very competent and very top tier forward that you can buy for basically nothing. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not even kidding about that. He's good, and he's like 7K MT, so he's not unworth it. Juancho Hernangomez. Now, his price has obviously spiked by playing Bo Cruz in the movie Hustle. I'm sure that's why it is, at least partially, but he's an invincible Juan Hernangomez, which is crazy. He has near perfect shooting badges. Like, he has Ray Allen base, 6'9". He does look a little smaller, though. Like, if you used Juan Hernangomez in game before, he for some reason looks like 6'7". I don't. 2K's player models never make any sense. Some dudes will be like 6'5" and look 6'10". And then there's dudes who are like 6'9", 6'10", and look like 6'4". It's weird. Oladipo is a good example, by the way. He's like 6'4", I think, but he looks like 6'7" for some reason. He's really good, but I don't think you should be spending this amount of MT on him. I will say that. Some people are going to say he's a top 5 card in the game, and maybe for certain play styles he is. But I think maybe pump your brakes, and if you do really want this card, if you're like absolutely set on getting him, wait till Sunday when more people have pulled him from the vault and TTO. His price will be way down. Is he going to be a buyout? I mean, I can't say that for certain, especially the fact that he's going for almost 500K right now. But, you know, obviously you're going to want to grind all weekend for a good shot at getting a lot of MT, but just temper your expectations. It's probably not going to happen. There's not much to say about endgame Magic. He's the most expensive card in the game currently right now. I would be willing to bet he's somehow more expensive than Luka at the moment. I mean, Luka's still hanging tough right there, so it's hard to really say. This dude put 3 bronze badges on Luka for what? I'm not sure. Either way, kind of hilarious. But Rise Up, Rim Protector, and Lob City Finisher on bronze. Just splurge the extra like 2,000 MT. And now it's like 10 total because of Rim Protector. Just splurge a little bit and put it up to gold. I promise you'll make that MT back plus a little bit. But I guess it doesn't really matter with Luka, but whatever. Just wanted to rant for a second. There's not much to talk about in regards to Magic Johnson. He's the best card in the game, at least at this current moment, besides maybe Dirk. Dirk's pretty ridiculous too. And yeah, he is good. That's what more do you want me to say? Bill Russell has set shot 17, but due to the Wilt lock-in, now he is expensive. If you have any of these cards, you can guarantee yourself a very vast amount of MT at the moment. Especially if you have like Jordan or Kobe or Giannis or Durant. Well, Durant too, but Garnett, who is inexplicably expensive based on like how many people actually use him and for what purpose. Bill Russell is clearly kind of like rare in some capacity for him to even be this expensive. Look at Kevin Durant. Also, like, hold on. Did they turn him into a little snake? Because it looks like he has a little snake skin down there. I don't know. Or is he a tornado? I don't know. The card art is very confusing. If they turned him into a little snake, that'd be kind of funny. But the prices are only going to rise once we all see how ridiculous Wilt is, which we all know he's going to be ridiculous. Now, should you invest in any of these cards? I would say low risk investments would be a good call. A low risk investment would be someone like Steph, because a lot of people are selling Steph because you can get the invincible Steph for free. So if you can get Steph for a cheap enough price, yeah, I think he's worth selling. Pau Gasol would be another one if you can get him for around what he was going for before, which would be anywhere between like 30 and 40K, which is unlikely at this point. I guarantee he's way above that. But I would say if you get him at like 50, you can make some MT off of that. I don't know how much MT you'll be able to make if you get him at like 70K. It really stands to kind of wait and see situation on that. I mean, if you want to splurge, I don't think he goes down by all that much from 70K. So maybe if you want to grab one or two, maybe you can make some MT, but maybe just be cautious when it comes to Pau Gasol or any of these cards realistically. I mean, I'm sure Wilt's going to be good, but once people realize the actual amount, you also got to remember that majority of the people that are going to lock in for Wilt have probably already secured a vast majority of these cards, if not all of them, especially ones like Pau and Hakeem, which were cheap, you know. So I mean, you're really selling them to people who are trying to get in there last minute, and at this point you kind of missed the gold rush. So maybe just like step out. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Pau goes out and it's 300K, but I really don't believe that's going to be the case. So it is what it is. Then we got the invincibles. Like, yeah, I mean, if you have any of them, they're going for a good amount. Like, cool. We could actually see invincible Kevin Garnett go for less than hero Kevin Garnett here pretty shortly, which I find to be very funny, honestly. What else did we get? We got some other stuff here, which, like, whatever. Got some reward packs, I think. No, wait. Yes, here we go. We got a Champion Warriors Equal Chance token pack. 200 for one Champion Warriors Equal Chance token pack. Contains one player with a guaranteed 22 NBA Championship Warriors player at an equal chance. So, right off the bat, I would say do not open these, right? Every single one of these cards is under 50K. And it's not worth 200 tokens. Unless you got 5 kajillion tokens that you're never going to use, then sure, why not? You can make 30K off of them, but I would still kind of pump your brakes on these, certainly. The Hall of Fame badge, which I don't think I covered before, that's worth it. I mean, cool. You'll probably get Drop Stepper, but, you know, it is what it is. It's fine. You know, Drop Stepper's cool, I guess. I suppose. And then we got the triple threat events. I mean, it's going to cause certain cards to go down, but they didn't really give us anything too OP. As far, look, Gary Payton the second in here, you know, and that's probably what you're going to pull from the 200 token pack. Let's be real. But they didn't really give us anything crazy outside of the cards that were put in here, like Juan and Larry Nance. Like, outside of that, it's just kind of some old washed up cards. So it's not really imperative that you grind, but the chance of getting Juan is going to cause a lot of people to grind. So maybe stay off of Triple Threat Online. Triple Threat Online is going to be an absolute omega sweat fest, so maybe just pump the brakes on that. Go play some Triple Threat offline, have a good time. But hey, who am I to tell you what to do? I'm just a guy wearing a Hawaiian shirt inside. It is what it is. I'm fully ready to cocoon and come out a beautiful middle-aged man with Hawaiian shirts only in their closet, and Nike golf polos, even though I don't golf. Like, that's the person that I'm going to become. Just wait. I'm going to morph into it slowly over the next like 10 years. Either way, I mean, if you want to go buy some of these players, certainly. End result, from the Origin set, I would say Batum is a very good buy. Ibaka is a very good buy. Any of these Dark Matters are a good buy, especially DeRozan. DeRozan's fantastic. Lonzo's obviously a top-tier point guard as well. And honestly, Havlicek and DeMarcus Cousins are very good for their price. So, that being said, it has been your boy Cheap Ludes. Also, Duncan's phenomenal. By the way, I just wanted to point that out there. He's got the Dolph release, which is really good, especially off the catch and shoot. This one is basically just a slightly improved version of his power within with a new jump shot. The Invincible one is ridiculous. I will say that. Like, he can move. He can do a little bit of everything. What is his price currently? And that's a steal, dude. That really is. Tim Duncan's nasty. Like, for sure. Have a good night, you guys. Peace.